is Julie here, aka Nail Art Slinger. Thank you guys for tuning in for our live webinar. I can't wait to show you guys some really cool, fun 3D nail art. So stay tuned, and I hope you guys enjoy it.
All right, so here we go. We're going to reposition the camera. Okay. Okay. Where's that dot? Right there. All right, good deal.
Alrighty, so let's see. Thank you guys all for tuning in. Before I start, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys kind of a little of what we're gonna be doing today. I have some 3D art on my nails right here, and I know a lot of you guys are gonna be asking to see them. So we're gonna be showing you, or I'm gonna be showing you guys how to do this really cute 5D flower here, and then just like a cute little character. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask, and we will answer them as we go along. All right, so let's just jump into it. So here is my nail that I'm going to be sampling, showing you guys today. Let's start off with, you know what, we're going to do like this cool 5D flower here. So I'm just going to start off with a really nice natural pinky base. So just really light and natural. Kind of going for like a elegant look underneath, but we're gonna be doing a nice, bright, beautiful flower on top because it's almost summertime here in the United States where I'm at. So I know you guys are tuning in from all over, so.
All right, so we're going to make a device adjustment, everyone. So hang tight, okay? I don't know how that turns. Oh, I see. All right, so hold on a second. Okay, it's not flipping. All right, hold on a second.
All right, sorry for the technical difficulties, guys. We're trying to figure this out. Thanks for being so patient with us.
Okay, we're trying to change from vertical, so hang on, guys. Same way during the test run, it was horizontal back then. Yeah, shot the same way. All right. I'm not sure how to take this out of this thing. It's clearly a problem. All right, so let's try this again. Where's the freehand? All right, hold on, guys. We're trying to figure out how to get this horizontal, and I'm not really sure how to work that one. So, all right. Okay, hold on 1 second. This is all we got, so I'll just go really close. All right, go ahead.
Alrighty, so I just laid down a base coat, and it's just a really cute kind of natural pink color. So we're just gonna cure that real quick for 30 seconds. I should have done that when you guys did a test run. So again, if you guys are just tuning in with us now, sorry for the technical difficulties, but we are figuring that out as best as we can. Thanks for bearing with us. But yeah, I'm gonna be doing just a little cute flower like this. So I consider this 5D just because it's not as flat as just kind of like a 3D. So this is more flat, 5D being a little bit more raised up, a little bit more dimensional. So that's kind of what I consider 5D, but you know, some people may argue that, but it's all right. All right, so we have what is it? It's a really nice, just natural pink. I'm just gonna add one more coat just to kind of deepen it up a little bit. So you can see this color is just really nice and it's kind of sheer, natural, a little easy to wear. Almost like a cover pink. Let's cure that real quick. And then we're gonna be adding some sparkles. So I'm using one of these, this is just a gel polish. So it has little glitter flakes in it. Kind of looks like little mylar pieces, different colors. So we're just gonna be doing a really nice gradient with that color and then just plopping our flower right on top. So if you guys are wondering what we're using for the flower, stay tuned.
Hold on. I think we're not live. That's the error message. Oh, how annoying. Okay, go ahead. Sorry about that.
Okay. Alrighty, so now I'm just gonna add, just do a little light gradient using this cute glitter. It's like an iridescent glitter. Just kind of brushing upward to create a nice soft gradient. As you guys can see, really, really nice and simple. What you can also do is just grabbing a gel brush, any gel brush would do, and you can even just tap lightly, just like that, to kind of soften up that gradient there. I always wipe off the sides just because sometimes excess polish or product can build up on that side, and that'll make you lose your shape a little bit. So clean up the sides, and then we're gonna cure that real quick for 30 seconds. Then we'll top coat it, and then we'll get into the fun part, all right? Thank you guys for being so patient. But yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions. We're still working on a few things here, but yeah, I really appreciate you guys tuning in. I'm all the way here in California, so I know there's several of you guys are, you know, on the other side of the country even, and that is really cool. So, all right, so our glitter is nice and cured. We're just going to add, all right, we're just gonna top coat this real quick. So as you can see, that is even just a really cute, simple look. A nice cover pink with a little bit of iridescent glitter. This is really great for weddings, really all occasions. It's neutral, but it's still cute and fun, and I think really easily wearable for all people of all ages and sorts. All different occasions as well. So as that's curing, I'm going to show you guys what we're using to do our 3D art with. So a lot of you guys are familiar with 3D art being done with acrylic. Well, we're not using acrylic today. We are using a 3D gel. So 3D gel, what are you guys are like wondering what that is? So this is almost like a Play-Doh-like consistency. Gel is not going to dry until we put it into the lamp. So comes in these little pots like this. We will, we can, you know, provide you guys with the information on where to buy, you know, a product like this, all different colors, and this is what it looks like. So really cool. You can even play with it, roll it up in your hands. It's not gonna, you know, as long as your hands are clean of any excess dirt, oils, debris, it should not affect the way that the product sets up. So yeah, this is what it looks like. Now that our nail is cured, you see I just took it out of my lamp. I'm not cleansing it, I'm not roughing it up or anything. You can if you would like, but I prefer not to rough it up just because I don't, it's just not necessary. So you're just gonna grab this product and place it right on top. So I'm going to be using a brush today. So this is Artfinity 3D brush by Koopa, a company called Koopa. It's a size 4 brush. You can use any 3D brush. I really like it because it has a dotting tool at the end. So this makes it really easy for me to scoop out the 3D gel and then place it on the nail, and then I can turn it back over and then use my brush. All right, so for this flower in particular, we're gonna start from the middle and build our way out. So how we're gonna do that is we're gonna grab a little piece of the 3D gel. We're gonna place it right onto the nail. So wherever we wanna place our flower, let's just do it right here in the center. All right, and now we're gonna use we need a little bit of liquid to kind of help us manipulate this product, move it into place. So in my dappen dish here, I just have a little bit of 90% alcohol. 70% alcohol will do just fine as well. So I just dip my brush in here, tap off the excess, and I'm just gonna press the product where I want it to go. So really nice, no odor, and really, really easy to work with. You have all the time in the world, you know, just up until you put it into the lamp. So it's not gonna dry until you're ready for it to dry. All right, so I kind of just smooth it out into like a little circle. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab one of my crystals here. So I have a whole little tray of crystals. And grabbing, I'm gonna use a big one. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna embed that right into that 3D gel. See? Now, what we're gonna do, I'm gonna actually just add a little bit of gel on that crystal right there. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna push the brush, and we are pressing that 3D gel around the crystal. So kind of using it as prongs. This is gonna allow the crystal to stay in place. And this is creating our center of our flower here. Doesn't have to be perfect because we are gonna be adding petals on the outside and building up our flower. All right, so now that I have that, we're gonna cure that into the lamp. So I'm gonna cure this for about 30 seconds as a flash cure. At the end, because this product is so thick, you really, really wanna make sure that it's cured and dried. So what I like to do is as I'm building up each layer of the flower, I will cure that for 30 seconds at the end. Once I am done with my design, I will go ahead and cure that for a full 2 minutes, even in an LED light, just to make sure that it's all nice and cured and dried and my flower is not going anywhere. All right. So now that this is nice and cured, you see, we are going to continue to add some petals. So I'm going to, in the center of the flower, I'm going to create 3 different petals. So 1, 2, 3, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to grab a little bit of this, of the 3D gel, and we're going to create 3 petals. Oh wait, all right. It's a little tricky to grab because this daughter is so tiny. No, I'm just going to grab it with my spatula. So that looks like a little bit more. That looks like a pretty good amount. So on the back of my hand, on the back of my hand here, what I'm going to do is I am going to roll. And you guys will see why I do this. And again, as long as your nails are free of any excess dirt, oil, and debris, you should be okay. I have not had an issue doing this, and I've been working with this product for quite a while now. All right, so we rolled it into a ball. Let me do that one more time. So roll it into a ball. All right, now we're gonna kind of flatten it out. And we're gonna cut this piece into three pieces. And the reason why I like to roll it out is so that I can visualize and I can see my pieces, and I can cut them so that they're pretty equal to size. So, as you guys can see, I have three little pieces. And if you don't want to use the back of your hand for whatever reason, you can feel free to use, I have a little palette here. This is just like a little plastic sheet palette. So I'm gonna place my pieces here. Where's my frame?
All right, I'm gonna move this way.
Give us 1 second. We're just gonna do a little adjust here.
Okay, so your frame is where you're at.
Okay. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna roll these little pieces individually. So you have one piece, two pieces, three pieces. So these are three of our petals. You guys see that? All right. So I'm gonna pick one up. After we roll it, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna smash that little guy right there. So we end up with a piece like this. Looks crazy, I know. If you don't have nails like me, you can feel free to use tweezers. My nails kind of work as both, so. And then I'm just gonna place that right onto the center. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab our brush with a little bit of that alcohol, and we're gonna smooth that petal around that center. I know it doesn't look like anything yet, but it will. Now, after the base of that petal is smoothed around that center, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna kind of push the petals out. Do you see that? Just kind of pushing it out, moving it around, putting it into place. We're gonna flash cure this real quick for a few seconds, and then we're gonna continue on. So this one I'm gonna flash cure for about 10 seconds, and then we'll add our other petals. So again, we're gonna roll that bead into a little ball, and then we're gonna smash it down. Grabbing that petal. Same thing, we're just gonna wrap that around the center.
This way. There you go.
And then smooth it into place with the alcohol. You really wanna make sure that the base is nice and smooth around that center, just so there is no space or gap in between. It's almost seamless. All right. And then again, flash cure for another 10 seconds. And then we have our last little petal. Roll, smash it down so we have this little pancake looking thing. Again, grab that and wrap it around the center. Smooth it along the base. And then we're gonna flash cure that again. Actually, just cure that. Now, as that's curing, we're going to be creating our other petals. So we built the center, we built the first row of the petals. Now we're gonna build the second row of petals. So you want to create them so they're bigger. So we're gonna grab a little bit more product this time than we did the time before.
So where that pot is where the view is. Yeah. Sorry, girlfriend.
All right, grab that product. We're gonna go ahead and just give that a roll.
Move back farther.
So this is the center. Or where is the center?
That is your center. Yeah.
Can you grab me that marker again, please? Thank you. Give me 1 sec, guys. All right, so we're gonna roll that into a big old ball. Now we're gonna flatten that out so that we can slice our petals. So we did 3 petals on the first row. So what we're gonna do now is let's do 4 petals. So to create 4, I like to slice in half first. And then we're gonna slice those halves in halves. So now we have 4 petals. And you can add as many petals as you like. This is just my preference on how to create it. I think it always kind of looks best to add more petals on the outer layers and then a little bit bigger as well. So I have that bead. You see what I did as I rolled it up? So I rolled it up and now I'm gonna smash it down. So it's like a bigger pancake now. Grabbing our nail and we're just gonna add this petal along the side and just continue. So same thing as we did earlier, we're just gonna smooth that out around the base. And kind of press that. It's always a little bit more realistic when you kind of bend the petals and not have them so circular, not so perfect. All right, so again, making sure that it's nice and secure along the base. Now we're gonna flash cure that and set up our next petal. So we're gonna roll the piece and then flatten it. You see how I did? So that's what you want. That's the shape that you want for a petal. You can always grab a spatula as well. Kind of loosen that up from your palette. That's also why I like using the back of my hand because I feel like it just kind of comes up a little bit easier. All right, grab that piece and we're just gonna stick that on. And again, you can use tweezers as well if that is easier for you. So smooth it out along the base and then press the petals into place.
And how long are you flash curing?
For about 10 seconds each petal.
Okay.
And again, at the end of it, I like to give it a full cure. I like to cure the flower for a full 2 minutes, even in my LED lamp, just to make sure that everything gets cured throughout, just because it is a thicker product.
Sure. So you showed the example of flattening it on the little plastic plate, but you do find it by doing that same flattening thing also on your skin, on your hand, because it's a lot easier. It doesn't stick.
Yes.
Okay.
See, so I like to just use the back of my hand.
So this is called 3D molding gel, not so much 3D gel. So it's a little different than your traditional nail art 3D gel, right?
Yes, but each, you know, each product manufacturer, they're all going to have a different consistency. This is considered a little bit more of a molding gel because it is a thicker product.
Okay. All right. So from here, you flatten it, correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Thank you. Move this. There you go.
So again, just securing at the base.
And when you're securing at the base, that means what, blending those in?
Yes, blending the petals into that existing cured gel that you already laid down. Just to kind of create a seamless connection. Mm-hmm. So you're just kind of smoothing it down, using a bit of pressure. So as you can see, I'm kind of like smoothing it down. That's kind of the pressure that you want. So for instance, so as this is curing, let me show you guys how much pressure I'm applying. So if this is my petal and I want to secure it at the base, I'm kind of just pressing that in.
So it's pretty...
Do you guys see how, yeah, I'm just pressing that in.
So you're really pressing pretty good.
Yeah, so you want to use like more of the body of your brush opposed to the tip of your brush, because the tip of the brush is not really going to do much. Kind of just press it in there. So you want a seamless connection, so that way there's no gaps that's going to get snagged into hair or clothes or whatever. Because if you kind of leave like a little, if you leave a little lip, this right here, that's going to get caught into hair, to clothes, it's going to pop off. It's going to be annoying. You're going to have all sorts of issues, and you don't want that. So that's why you do want just apply a lot of pressure. You can't really mess it up. Like, you don't be afraid to apply too much pressure. I would be afraid to apply not enough pressure, you know?
Vera is asking a question.
Yes.
Does this gel not stick to the brush?
No, it does not, unless it is cured onto the brush, yeah. So it's not quite sticky. As you see, my brush is still very... more on the dry side.
Okay.
So, yeah, it does not stick to the brush. See?
Right. But are you keeping your brush moisturized with what, an alcohol?
It's just alcohol. It's just the alcohol
Okay.
that I'm using to manipulate the product.
So it's kind of like polygel. You would use alcohol to keep the product from sticking to the brush,
Yes,
correct?
yes.
Yeah.
All right. So now we have our last and final bead here. Go ahead and roll that.
Yeah, move your hand up. There you go.
And then flatten it.
Yeah.
And then just apply that to the base. It's kind of already sticking by itself to the existing gel, but again, you're just gonna wet your brush with just, I'll show you guys how much alcohol I'm using as well.
Yeah, it's good.
So I'm just kind of dipping it in there, just wet it all, tap off the excess. You can use as little or as much alcohol as you'd like. It's really not gonna, you know, make a difference. Just whatever is needed to help you kind of manipulate that product and do what you need it to do. And I really like it because you're in full control of a product like this when you're creating 3D art.
Natalie is asking, how long to fully cure this product?
To fully cure that product depends on how thick, how thin, how big, how small your design is. So that's why I do with every type of design I do using this product, I like to just make sure to give it a cure for 2 minutes after I'm done with the whole thing. So again, you can flash cure between each petal or between each step that you do, just so that product stays in place. But at the end of it all, when you are done, it's finalized, you have the look that you want, give it a good 2 minutes into your lamp. You cannot over cure this product. In my experience, I've never had any issues with over curing a product like this. I feel like the more you cure it, I mean, it's kind of more security, if that makes sense. So it really just depends on how thick, how thin, how little product. Like, for instance, on my nails, so this flower, because it's so much bigger than this little character that I have here, it's gonna take so much longer for this to cure than for this.
Okay, so your little character took less time, but the thicker flower took longer.
Yes, of course, because it's more product and it's thicker, but I also still cured both of them in the lamp for 2 minutes after I was done.
Okay.
Just to make sure.
Okay.
All right, so there was that final petal. You know what, let me give you guys another look real quick. So you can add more petals if you'd like, but what I'm gonna do is I think I'm okay with the way that looks. I'm just gonna go ahead and add the leaves onto there. So let me give this a cure, and then I'll add our leaves, and I'll show you guys how to do that. And leaves are actually my favorite to do using a 3D molding gel.
Can you so really quick, what's the difference between a 3D gel and a 3D molding gel?
It really just depends on the manufacturer and the product that, that it is. Like I said, every manufacturer is going to have a different consistency. They all kind of formulate their products a little same but different. Molding gel is always going to be a little bit thicker in my experience. 3D gel is going to be a little bit thinner. So I usually will compare a 3D gel to like Play-Doh and a molding gel to clay, if that makes sense. Play-Doh being a little bit thinner, and then clay being a little bit thicker. So kind of do the same thing, but a little bit different.
So this is a clay, like a real thicker molding. Okay, that's why you consider it a molding gel.
Yeah.
Okay. And what's ideal for using molding gel versus a 3D gel? These big 3D characters or?
Molding gel, I find that you can do more things with. So you can build upwards like this, or you can create flat. A 3D gel being thinner, you cannot build up. You cannot build up, you cannot manipulate it to create like a 5D flower, like a bigger flower. So a molding gel, you're always going to have more options of what you can create.
So a question, is this design comfortable to wear? It looks so big.
Yeah, it really is. Like I said, it's really important to make sure that you have no seams here. You don't have any gaps. If you do, you can always fill it in with a little bit of builder gel. But yeah, I don't have any issue wearing stuff like this. But it's always important to kind of seal off your edges so that, again, it's not getting snagged onto hair, clothing, etc.
Plus, I think it would also be a preference, right? I mean,
yes, and you can make it as big or as small as you like. It doesn't have to be like, you can make a cute little flower like this, but shrink it down a size.
Sure.
Just use smaller beads, make smaller petals, use a smaller, crystal in the center to start out with, and that way you can kind of gauge it a little bit better and size it. But yeah, but again, you can also create flat flowers like this as well. So this is going to be a little bit more easier to wear, I think on other people that are not used to wearing, embellishments like this. Bless you. So, all right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to create these leaves. So these are the leaves that we're going to create today. Really, really fun. I love doing leaves. I mean, first off, because they're green and they're my favorite. It's my favorite. But yeah, also because it's just so cute and easy. So I'm just going to pick up a little bit of product here. And then Okay, let's just put it on my palette. We can move this aside for now. So here's my palette. I'm gonna go ahead and roll this up. And we're gonna have 2 leaves. You can have 3, 4, 5, whatever. Again, this product really, really allows you to create whatever it is that you imagine. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut that into 2. So I have 2 equal parts, and these are gonna be my leaves. So what I like to do is I like to just kind of roll this into like a bead first. And I like to roll them wide because I feel like it helps me create more of an even shape. So we have a little bead. Now we're gonna roll that out. So it's just a little elongated piece here. I don't know what would you call that shape? Oval, like a little oval shape. So we're gonna do round and then flatten that out. So those are gonna be the pieces that we're starting out with.
Looks like green pills.
So now we're gonna pick up
Tic-tacs.
this these pills. Pick up these leaves, and then we're going to, if I can just pick this up, and we're gonna place that there, right? So now what I like to do, we're gonna grab a little bit of that alcohol on our brush and just kind of flatten that out. And you can use whatever brush it is that you have on hand. Like I have this one that is specifically for 3D art. You can use a gel brush. Let me show you. So here I have a little teeny tiny gel brush.
So you're not restricted to just that type of brush.
No, you can use anything. You can use brushes, you can use silicone tools, you can use anything that you need to help you create your look. So I'm gonna kind of roughly give it like a leaf shape.
But would you say it's easier to create like the smaller shapes, the smaller brush, the bigger shapes, the bigger?
If you want to get a little bit more detail, whatever it is really that you need, you can use a toothpick. Like really anything that you kind of need to get the job done. Like, but I do recommend using a smaller brush for kind of smaller detailed work. Just kind of if you need to get in there, if you're doing a little teeny tiny flower, a smaller brush is gonna be much easier to do that with, opposed to like a big brush. So now I'm going to use my spatula. This is the spatula that we've been using this whole time. And it's gonna slice right there in the middle.
Okay, show that again.
So we're just gonna slice right there in the middle. So that's gonna be the middle of the leaf. And now I'm gonna slice on the sides.
And if you mess up, then it's easy to pretty much...
Yeah, if you mess up, you can just wipe it off and start over. So then grabbing our brush, you're just gonna kind of define that a little bit more.
But you can actually remove it, re-roll it, and then replace it again. Is that what you said? Oh, wow.
And it's not gonna mess up the foundation that you have underneath the nail. So unlike an acrylic, you know, using a acrylic to create your 3D art.
Sure.
Once that dries right away, like first off, you kind of have to, you know, you dip it in your monomer, pick up your bead, you place it. Once that sets up and it's dry with acrylic. So if you mess up, if you don't like it, you're gonna have to nip that off, file it down, smooth out your foundation again, and then, you know, try to go back and do it again. Opposed to a 3D gel, if I mess up, I can just take this little guy off.
Oh, wow. Easy.
And you guys see how that foundation is not messed up. See, but I'm not going to take it off because it looks cute.
Yeah,
so again, you're just going to flatten it, making sure there is no gap, no space. And then I'm just going to kind of re-carve this real quick.
Wow, so it's really kind of like polygel in a way. I mean, you have time to do things.
Yes, it is
Yeah.
pretty much like polygel. It is just specifically for art. I would not build a nail with this
Yeah, no.
type of product. Alrighty, so there's one leaf. We're gonna go ahead and flash cure that and then continue on to the other leaf. So same, you have a little, we're gonna do a little bead first and then our little oval shape. So now picking up this. Come on. See, this is why, again, you can use tweezers or you can use long nails if you have long nails. And then again, we're gonna smooth it out. See, you're adding quite a bit of pressure. Just want to smooth it out, making sure there's no gaps, no air bubbles, no nothing. Just so it's seamless to the nail. All right, grab our spatula, and we're just gonna carve right there in the middle.
If you could tilt that up, that flower's covering those leaves.
All right, and then this leaf is kind of touching the other ones. I'm just kind of separate that a little bit. See, and you can even cut off any excess if you have any. All right, and then we're just gonna smooth that out with our brush. So you can really just keep smoothing it out, reslicing it, add more, you can just continue to just play with this product forever long because it's not gonna cure, it's not gonna dry until you're ready for it.
Can you tilt it up a little bit? The leaves are hiding in that big flower. It's very pretty.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and cure this in for about, we're gonna cure this one for about 15 seconds. I'm gonna apply our top coat around the flower, and then we're gonna cure that for 2 minutes and we're done. Then we'll move on to our next design.
So does this 3D, do the characters need top coat on it to seal it? Or
No.
Okay.
No, it is, once it's cured, it's on there. You can leave it matte or you can do a top coat. It's really just preference. I do recommend if you do use a top coat on any 3D, 5D, whatever design, whatever dimensional design that you're using, use it very sparingly because you do run the risk of flooding all these little details that you've created. So I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. So I have my top coat. What I'm gonna do is just kind of go around the design first. So this is gonna kind of help clean up the surrounding areas that got a little bit cloudy with the product and with the gel and the alcohol. So we're just gonna top coat around. This is gonna help seal any little edges around your design as well. All right, and then what I like to do is just wipe off the brush, wipe off all the excess. So you just kind of have like residue left on your brush. And then you can just lightly glaze over. You don't want to put too much. So what's going to happen is all of that top coat is going to get into those little lines and those crevices, and that's going to make you lose all of those details that you just created. So just really, really little, just kind of brush. Give it just little highlights here and there.
So it's okay to like pretty much get all the polish off your brush, so you just have whatever's excess there and use that for your highlighting.
Yes,
Okay.
correct. But I would not use any more than that. Alrighty, so I applied my top coat. So now I'm gonna let this cure for a full 2 minutes in my LED lamp, just to make sure that everything's nice and set. Again, you cannot over cure it, so don't be afraid. And it just depends. It just depends on how big or how small your design is. All right, so moving forward on this one, I'm just gonna create a little character. I want to use, because it is about to be summer here in California, I want to do a nice bright color. So we're going to be using this really cute bright yellow. Let me open that up real quick. Alrighty, so we're just going with our first coat. Nice and bright.
It's a pretty color. What color is that?
This is, give me 1 second. This
brand.
is the Madame Glam. This color is called Halo.
Okay, Madame Glam, and the color is Halo. Very cool.
I like that they have the swatches on top, because I like to put my gels in a drawer, so I like when they have the swatch on top. So we're gonna cure that for about 30 seconds, and then we'll add our second coat. Alrighty, so what do you guys think so far?
Well,
Any questions?
you have a question. Stefania is asking, is it like carving gel?
Carving gel? I have never used a carving gel, so I'm not quite sure.
But I don't know, sometimes the names are interchangeable. So molding, like we might call it molding, but you know, might have other names.
Yeah, it may be. It sounds like it would be close to that. I'm not quite sure. I'm gonna have to look into that. All right, so that's our first coat. So now just apply a second coat just to be sure you have nice coverage. It kind of smells like banana. Maybe that's just me.
I think that's Madame Glam.
Yeah, it
do
smells like a
perfume.
banana. That is really cool. Okay, Halo, aka banana.
Okay, so you're just flash curing that, or are you gonna do a full cure?
I'm doing a full cure of 30 seconds.
Okay, full cure of 30 seconds for the polish.
Yeah, so your base coat, so what you're gonna do, so you're just gonna, do your service the way that you do it, whether you're doing acrylic or gel polish, regular polish, whatever. I wouldn't recommend using a product like this, like a molding gel, on top of a regular polish, unless it was like really, 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 really dry. But yeah, you're just gonna do your service, let it, just finish it completely, top coat, no sticky residue, just completely finished, no oils, no lotion, no sticky residue.
So you wouldn't recommend putting on top of gel polish?
Yeah, on gel polish is fine.
yes,
I said regular polish.
Oh, regular
I would not
polish.
recommend doing that on
Okay.
regular polish, yeah. Gel polish is fine. Regular polish, just because it may not dry for the next day or two, so you're fully dry. All right, so I have a little bit of lint here. Let me take that out. All right, so then we did our 2 coats of color. We're gonna apply our top coat. I'm using a non-cleanse top coat. If you use a top coat that has a sticky inhibition layer after it's cured, then you want to make sure you cleanse that off before you do any of your 3D art. Alrighty. Clear that. We have another 30 seconds. So let me show you the other nail.
Okay, this is the finished product of this one.
nice and cured.
I'm gonna roll it. Looks really pretty. Very nice. Love it. It looks very nice.
You could even pre-make these. So if you're not doing it on an actual nail, I do recommend maybe doing it on a nail form. And then you can create your flower on the nail form, cure it, each layer, fully cure it, and then what's gonna happen is it'll just peel right off. So let me show you guys kind of what I'm talking about. So that way you can even make pre-made charms ahead of time. So you can just grab them and glue them on to your clients and call it a day. So pretend this is, you know, we're pre-making it. I'm gonna make a circle charm.
So what you're saying is if you had a client who you know wanted a certain type of design already ahead of time, then you can go ahead and pre-make it right now.
Yes.
And what kind of mat are you using underneath that?
This is just a plastic, like a screen film thing.
Okay, so it could be like
Yeah.
silicone or plastic.
Yeah, you can use it on silicone. You can even use a nail form.
Sure.
Yeah, you can use the nail form. All right, so I'm just gonna make a circle charm for, you know, let's go ahead and cure that real quick. Pretend I'm full curing it, 2 minutes. And then let's see. So then you go ahead and just peel it off. Peel it off your backing. And then you have your little circle charm that you would just glue on.
Yeah,
You know,
but
it's
you'd
not
probably,
a great example. But yeah.
You can do
You
a
know.
nice design. So you can
Yes.
recreate the leaves and the flower
Yes.
and then put it on there and then just, but then you'd have to have the concern of kind of blending that in together, correct?
Yes, so you'd have to use your resin or your gel or whatever adhesive you use for your like gems for your embellishments. And then, you know, stick it on there.
Okay.
But you can pre-make them ahead of time. I've also seen those silicone molds. There's like, they almost look like Jello molds or little silicone molds. You can
Oh,
find
right.
them online. Place a little bit of your molding gel into there, cure it, and then pop them out.
Yeah, we've seen that.
So there are a lot of different options, little different things you can do.
Okay.
Alrighty, so now that our banana nail is cured, we are going to jump into, I'm going to create a cute little character. Let's see. We'll be using black and then white.
So we're using black and white.
Yes.
Okay.
Alrighty, so let's start off. I'm going to start off with a white base. So maybe a little bit more. So depending, I really like that you can customize how big or how small your design is. If you guys have used a 3D acrylic before, you know that's a little bit difficult to do because your size, the design that you create is really determined by the little beads that, you know, the size of beads that you pick up with acrylic. It's a little bit harder, you know, takes a lot of practice, but with this, you know, these type of products, you can scoop more, scoop less. I feel like you do have a little bit more control over. So I'm okay with this. We're gonna go ahead and
So you're placing it on your hand.
yes.
Okay, you'll need to move all the way up and show that, yeah.
And I'm just gonna give this a roll. All right, this is probably a little bit too big, so okay, I'm like, nope, just kidding, too big. I'm just gonna slice that off, re-roll it. All right, that's a good size. So grab my nail. Just gonna pop that on there. Grab our alcohol.
So you're dipping the brush in alcohol, and that's what's helping you move the product around without compromising the brush.
Yes.
Okay. And this is the surprise character?
Yes. So I'm just smoothing it down. Making sure it's nice. You want to make it sure that it's like kind of almost seamless with the nail. No gaps or anything like that. I kind of want to make sure this is centered, so. All right. Doesn't have to be perfect because I am going to be building on top of it, so. I'm going to go ahead and cure this for 30 seconds just because it is thicker. So I'm going to do that. Flash cure that for 30 seconds. And then now I'm going to have, I want 4, no, just kidding. I don't want 4 black pieces yet. I want a smaller bead. Of the white, so I'll just pick up a little bit.
And you put it on your hand. Your hand is so close to the camera. You need to make sure. There we go. There you go.
All right, so then I'm gonna put that bead right on top. And then smooth that out. Making sure there's a seamless connection with the first bead.
So you're blending the beads together.
Yes.
Yeah, using the alcohol dipped in the shaping it. Okay.
I know some people have even used like monomer to blend their molding gel, but the whole point of this is to not have a smell.
Yeah.
But you can try it and see if it works for you. I know some people have even just used water. That doesn't seem to work very well for me, but it could work for you. Everyone has their own preference. All right, so then I'm gonna flash cure that again for another 30 seconds. And then I want 4 equal pieces. So we're gonna pull out our palette again. Let's grab a spatula. All right. A little glob there. We're gonna just give this a little roll. And then 4 equal pieces, so half, and then these halves into halves.
So 4 equal pieces. Okay.
Yes. That's why I do like to roll it out. You can, by all means, scoop out, so you have 1 piece, and then you can scoop out another piece, etc. But I do find that it's easier for me to visualize it when I roll it out and then kind of slice them, so that way I do know they're a little bit more equal. But totally up to you, you know, whatever it is that you want. All right, so then I'm just gonna roll each each piece.
Yeah, when you roll, can you move in a little bit more? So it's kind of like cooking, you know, you're rolling your dough.
Yes. All right, so now I'm gonna place one piece here, one piece here.
I thought I knew what you were going to make. Now I don't know.
Element of surprise.
Can anyone guess what she's creating?
And again, we're gonna sort of flatten that out, blending it into our existing beads and then into the nail as well. Excuse me. I'm just making sure to kind of clean up any of this excess product here. Because if you don't do that and you cure, it's gonna get stuck on there. So you want to keep that yellow as clean as possible.
So any excess, you just use the alcohol to kind of clear up the
Yes.
color smudging in with the black on the white.
Yes. So you just can continue to just smooth it out, clean it up as you like, until you get the desired result. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and cure that for 30 seconds. And then I'm gonna leave this here so you guys have something pretty to look at while that is curing.
So how long are you curing for?
For these layers, I'm doing 30 seconds each layer.
Each layer.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought she didn't have water.
Alrighty. So now we continue. Now I would like, let's see, I'm gonna do, what am I gonna do? Okay.
Okay, so we have another question while you
Yes.
do that. I'll have you keep writing. Okay. And that question is, let me multitask here.
So I just picked up a bead and I'm just gonna place it right here. Oh. Just kidding.
Have you mixed them to make your own colors before, or have you tried ombre with them?
I have mixed them to create my own colors, and yes, I have done two-tone looks before. I'll show you guys how to do that.
I mean, what's the difficulty level with that, when mixing colors?
Not difficult at all.
Okay. So we have another example stick, so we can show you that, right after. can tilt it up, so yeah, a little bit, yeah. Oh, it's a cute little butt.
Just kind of smooth that out. I'm going to grab my smaller brush just to help me get a little bit more detail.
Yeah, I remember when you were at the booth last year, you were saying, hey, take the primary colors and mix them. So, is it harder with the molding gel, do you think, than versus? No?
No, no. It's a little bit thicker consistency, so you may just have to mix
Stir.
a little harder, yeah. So let me show you guys. So it's actually quite easy to mix and create your own colors.
And here's another stick right here if you need it.
Oh, it's okay. I'm just gonna mix it right here on the palette.
Okay.
So we have yellow and red here. So what we're gonna do, so you're gonna pick up a little bit of the yellow.
And you're gonna put it on the palette, okay.
A little bit of the red.
But you would have to follow your primary colors. Like you'd have to follow like a good color chart, right? So there's certain things I'm sure that wouldn't mix.
Yes, or I mean, you can always use white to lighten up, you know, colors. If you already have like a green, but you want a lighter green, you can always mix in a little bit of white.
So are you making, what color are you
darker
making here?
Orange.
An orange, okay.
So yeah, it's always easier to show just like primary colors, so you can always kind of, you know, find some primary colors, start out with, and then, so just kind of.
And if you want it more orangey, you'd add more yellow and that kind of
Yes.
thing and lighten it up. So if you wanted to store these colors later, you would just get another pot that just doesn't have, that's not see-through, and you can store your own custom colors.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Yeah, so you just keep mixing until you get the color of choice. But as you see, we have the two colors and we created that one.
And you can always keep tweaking, I guess, to get that desired result. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, wow, it's very orange. Bright orange. Nice.
Yep.
Thank you for showing that. Hopefully that answers the question for Hope Rushing.
So yeah, so you can always just grab those palettes or the little individual pots and then scoop up your gel and just place them in a pot. You want to make sure it's a colored pot, not clear, because if it's clear, the light's gonna shine through and it's gonna cure it and dry it up. Alrighty. So let me go ahead and clean off this palette real quick because I need a couple more pieces that I need to roll out.
Marley says, lovely work.
Thank you. Alrighty. So here we have this. So I want 2 equal small beads here. And then we're gonna roll these up.
So again, roll, roll, roll. You have a plastic backing. Almost like you're rolling dough. That's cool.
And again, you're just gonna press that in. And blend it into that existing gel. All right, I'm gonna flash cure that for about 10 seconds. And then, alrighty, so about 10 seconds, just so it sets in place. Put the other one right next to it, and then smooth that out. Kind of sliding around, but because, see, and that's the thing too, is you want to play around with how much alcohol you're using. Sometimes if you use too much, it, could be too, too wet and a little bit hard to manipulate. If you use it too dry, then, it's not going to move anywhere. So just kind of play around with it. All right, dipping into, I'm going to grab my smaller brush. All right, so we're gonna flash cure that for about 10 seconds, and I'm gonna grab a final bead of white. And then I'm gonna give that a little roll. We're gonna place that on there and then give that a cure. Again, I'm gonna flash cure this for 30 seconds and then paint on some details. All right, so not only can you mix and customize your colors, you can also paint on top of them using acrylic paints or gel paints, gel polish, whatever it is that you use to paint designs with. You can paint on top of them as well, so adding more detail and having a little bit more fun with it. So I'm gonna go in with some white and some black.
So what are you using now?
It's just a gel polish.
So, okay, you're just using regular gel polish.
Yep, just a regular gel polish.
Okay. And this is to kind of get the tiny, super tiny details.
Yes. To add some character onto this guy.
Okay.
In this molding gels and 3D gels, usually they will cure with there's no sticky inhibition layer, so you're able to just paint red on top of them without having to add like a base coat or anything like that.
I'm really curious, are you, do you need to wipe off any sort of sticky or tack after you create these 3D characters? There's no okay. Okay, so you're curing for how long?
I'm just carrying my little details for about 10 seconds just so I can continue to paint.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, Vera, the eyes are painted with gel polish. She's just using gel polish to add the fine-tune the little tiny details of the character.
You can totally make the eyes with the, the molding gel or 3D gel as well. It's just too tiny and detailed for my liking to do that. So I like to just paint them on. That way I can get them a little bit more accurate. But you can feel free to use the 3D gel or the molding gel to create your eyes as well. Eyes and the mouth and all that.
There we go. So cure for how long?
This one I'm carrying for 30 seconds.
Okay.
And then I'll apply the top coat after.
Okay.
Alrighty, and then we could do, let's see.
Ooh, let's see that guy. Oh, look how cute. Look at his face. Aw. Alright, so you're gonna apply a little top coat on the guy?
Yeah, so
Okay.
I'm just again gonna go around, cleaning up the edges. And then again, we're gonna wipe off the excess off of the brush so you don't really have much. And just lightly kind of give him some highlights.
Aw. I guess it could be a dog or a panda. Looks more like a panda. It's cute.
Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and give that a cure for 2 minutes with the top coat. So looks like we have time for one more.
We have time because we kind of ran a little late with the technical stuff.
All right, let's do one more. I'm gonna do another character now, and everyone's gonna know this character. She's my favorite to do.
So we get a bonus character. So everybody be patient for those who can stay awake.
Oh, what time is it over there? Right now?
Well, so we have one. I don't know if I pronounce her name right. Hele. She says, thanks for a nice evening. It's 11 o'clock.
Oh.
And I have to get up at 4:20, so good for me. But we do have people all over the world who watch
Wow.
this. So.
Well, thank you for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Really appreciate you and your support. You have a great rest of your night.
All right, so we've got one more fun thing to do. We love it. So Anastasia says, yay.
All right, so we're gonna just do a black coat. I have a pretty solid foundation there, so most likely just do one coat of the black. I'm gonna add a little bit of details. And then this is the finished product. Panda, dog, whatever you have it.
I like his little face. Let me turn it around for you guys. Oh, how cute. Look at that face. Thank you for making such a cute character. All right, so we're gonna flash cure the black.
And then I'm going to add just some basic little details. We're just gonna go in with some polka dots and then do our character right on top of that.
Oh, wow. Now I've got my curiosity going, what we're going to be creating, what you're creating. So that's another flash cure?
Yeah, we're just going to do this for 30 seconds.
Okay.
And then we will top coat and jump into our designs. And then the colors we're using.
Oh, I have a So Stefania says, it's in Italy, it's 11:22 p.m., but I can stay with you until the end. Love this webinar.
Awesome. Thank you so much. From Italy. That's awesome. All right, so we have our...
And thank you everybody for your patience with the weird video issues we've had. This is the first webinar that I'm working with for Nails Pro Academy without Anastasia, so bear with me. Okay.
Let's see, we're going to be using whites. Let me add my top coat real quick and I'll go ahead and pull my other colors.
Okay, so you're basically putting on your gel and your little design, and then you're putting a top coat on top of that.
Yes, so I'm going to finish my manicure off, apply my non-cleansed top coat, have that fully cured, dry, completely finished, and then do my 3D artwork on top.
Okay, great.
All right, so then I'm gonna pull that color. I'm gonna use this.
Ooh, a nice pretty pink. I can't wait. Bright pink.
Yeah, those are the only two colors I'm gonna be using today for this one. All right, grabbing my nail. Like I said, it's cured, dried, finished. Okay. And then I'm going to grab some, I'm gonna grab a bead of this pink first. And I'll show you guys, you know, how to do it without even rolling it. So you can even, again, pick up some product, just place it right on the nail, and then go ahead and grab a little bit of, you know, grab your alcohol.
All right, so you place it on the nail. Now you're going to dip your brush in alcohol and then go ahead and
Smooth it
shape.
out, yes.
Yeah.
So now you can shape this, but I want a round shape. So it's gonna kind of take me a while to kind of get this all even.
So that's where rolling it and placing it is a lot
you guys
faster.
see how it's like, okay, it's gonna take me a little minute to kind of smooth it all out, making sure it's nice and even.
Well, more nail art eye candy for us, huh?
Yep. So flatten it out.
So periodically, do you use a non-lint wipe to kind of get the excess off your brush and then re-dip? Is that what you're doing?
Yes.
Okay.
Just wiping off the excess. Just kind of smooth it around. It's not as smooth as I would like it. So I'm just trying to build my way up to get to that point. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and flash cure that.
And you're flash curing
For 30 seconds.
30 seconds, okay. And that's for the clay gels. We'll be doing a quick here.
All right, so now I want 4 equal parts of, actually no, just kidding. I'm just gonna grab 1 big bead. And then the white. Back of my hand, and then I'm gonna roll this guy up. Want to make sure my brush is clean before I start smoothing out that that white, because it may have a little bit of the color left over from that pink. So now I'm just gonna smooth this out. Do you guys see how much easier that was for me? So both circular pieces, but this one I rolled out, this one I didn't. This one I just scooped from the pot and placed it out on the nail.
Okay, so highly recommend if you're making circular pieces or pieces where you can have a little bit more control, it's good to roll them out first and then manipulate them on the nail.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, I think I know what you're doing. I'm not going to say.
Shh, it's a surprise. Just to continue to smooth it out until you get your desired look.
Vera asked, did you make the dots on a tip yourself?
Yes. These?
Yes.
Yes.
And you use gel polish, yeah?
Yes,
with
I
a
just
dotting
use
tool.
that. Yep.
Okay, so I think we have another question.
All right, we're gonna flash cure this for 30 seconds.
And Jennifer was just curious if you can develop allergies from skin contact with this product.
I think it depends on how sensitive you are. I mean, everyone's different. I have not. I always do make sure though that after I'm done using this product to always cleanse my skin afterwards, wash my hands as well. But if you do, feel free to wear some gloves, use a palette. You can roll it out on a palette, or even just not roll it at all. You know, you could even just, again, scoop from the pot, place on the nail, and then just use your brush. So you don't really have to touch this product. This is just my preference on how I like to use it. I like to just get in there, get in there and just work the product. And
But I guess for those who are kind of conscious
Yeah.
about that, I guess a good pair of latex or nitrils and
Yes.
just roll it on the hand that way and be
Yes,
fine.
exactly.
Yeah.
All right, so now I want 4 equal parts. All right. Yeah, let's just place that there. Oops. And then,
So yeah, I think, a lot of us that work with gels, it's just a preference. Me personally, I would just wear a glove. But then again, that's just me. But I think, some people feel more comfortable using their own skin, but I think that's just a preference, Jenny. I know in practice, wearing gloves is fine.
all right, so I have a little bead here. I'm just gonna place that there. Another little bead here.
Oops.
Bead here. And then another one here. So now we're gonna go ahead and just smooth those out.
Somebody already guessed it and blew it. Alma. Hello, Kitty.
Yes. Ding, ding. You are the winner. Sorry, all you get is bragging rights. Today, okay, maybe next time. Maybe next time we can,
Well, I knew it was that, but I didn't want to
up the
spoil
ante
it.
a little bit. Yeah. You just said it. 'Cause
Oh,
Alma
but
said
you're going to
it.
be a cute little face. I can't wait to see the face. Everybody loves Hello Kitty.
Yes, my mom judges me. You are 20, almost 28 years old, and you still love Hello Kitty. Grow up. I'm like, never.
So you're just shaping the paws and also getting in there and kind of like shaping it into the pink.
Yes, blending it into the, yeah.
Because you don't want to lift any hooks or open edges.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so it has to be a seamless look.
And you could, by all means, just, do each paw individually and then cure, continue on to the next, the other paw.
Sure.
But for me, this is just a little bit easier.
Well, they're coming in separate. So Anastasia asks, how much would you charge for this design?
That's such a hard question to answer.
So how about this? You're in California. The cost of living in California, the cost to run your nail salon. How much would you charge if they wanted that nail on one nail?
On one nail, I would charge at least $10 a character, but it does depend because, yes, I'm in California, but I'm also 45 miles, 50 miles away from LA. So LA being the most inflated, high cost city here in Southern California, where I live, it's a little bit lower. So it really just depends on your area.
So how about if you were in LA and you
If I was in LA, at
Yeah.
least like $15 to $20 for sure. Yeah, it
for
really
just for the character, we're not including like the design of the nail
Yeah.
or anything like that. Yeah, so that's in addition to the other service.
Yes,
whether it's
and it
nail-
really just depends on experience as well. Experience, time, how big, how small your design is. Because they could want this design, but have it shrunk down because it's on their natural nail.
Sure.
On a gel manicure, opposed to this long, big stiletto.
Sure.
Maybe they don't want polka dots in the background. Maybe, it really all depends. But I would definitely, compared to like a hand painted nail art, I would definitely double that
Okay.
for sure.
Okay. So yeah, if you're normally doing hand painted nail art, I would just, double that using your molding gel, because actually the molding gels are pretty expensive.
Oh yeah,
They're not cheap.
at least double it for
Yeah.
sure.
So another question, can you do lace design with this gel?
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can definitely do lace designs with it, carving into that design. So maybe that is a kind of a carving technique. But hey, stay tuned, you guys. If you guys are interested in any classes and all of that, stay tuned, and we may have more for you. Let
Okay,
us
so
know.
you're taking some pink.
Yeah, a little bit of the pink, that same pink that I used for the body.
Uh-huh.
So now that everyone has guessed it, I'm going to be using it for the bow. And everyone knows what it is now.
No, I don't think everybody knows. All right.
All right, so now I just want 2 equal parts. So slice that in half. Got a little bit of white on there. I'm just going to remove that. Roll these up into 2 individual beads. And we're going to place it where we want the bow.
Oh, cute.
And now we're going to smooth this out. See, so generally it kind of looks like a bow right now. And then we're gonna grab our spatula and we're gonna carve right into there. And then what I'm gonna do is grab my smaller detail brush, and this is just a small gel brush, and just kind of,
Get it a soft indent.
yes.
So you're using that smaller brush just to kind of separate it more, but it gives you that look that you need of the bow instead of a sharp, like with the other one, it's almost like creating a leaf edge, but you don't want it that sharp. So just softens that up.
softening it up,
Yeah.
All right, and now we're gonna flash cure that, because it is small, we're gonna flash cure that for about 10 seconds and then create the center of the bow. So that is just gonna be very simple, just a small little,
Itty bitty. Yeah.
oops, sorry. Just place that right there in the center. Smooth it out, but also pressing it into that existing gel, blending it in. Alrighty, so there's our bow. We're gonna flash cure that for about 10 seconds. And then grabbing our gel polish. Again, this is just a white and a black gel polish. I'm gonna use a little bit of yellow as well.
Okay, so we're doing white, regular gel polish, nail polish, and black, and some yellow. So it could be any brand of gel polish, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Whatever you're used to, you know, using or painting with. So again, just a little bit of white gel polish there. And then you can use acrylic paint. You can use
Right.
regular nail polish if you want. You can use whatever medium it is that you like to paint with, little details. Alrighty, so now I'm gonna go ahead and paint on the details. Let's start. I'm gonna do the nose first. We're gonna flash cure that real quick. That's the center of like the face, so I do want to make sure that that is cured before I paint everything else on, because say I paint on the eyes and I don't like the way that it looks, I can just wipe off the eyes and the nose is still gonna be in place. Or, you know, when I do the whiskers, etc. This is the center of the face, so I'm gonna use that center as my guide for
Cool.
everything else.
Can you tilt it up a little bit so we can see? Yeah. Very nice.
All right, so I'm gonna
So-
dip into that black, kind of wipe off the excess, and we're gonna go in with the whiskers.
And you're using a little detail brush to do the whiskers. Yeah.
Yes. Just a really fine detail brush. All right, and then we're gonna go ahead and cure that for about 10 seconds. All right. And then dipping into, I'm gonna use a little dotting tool. We're just gonna do the eyes.
Oh. Now you can really see Hello Kitty.
Alrighty.
Very cute.
So then we'll cure that for 30 seconds and then go in with our top coat and finish it all up. And then we'll give you guys a recap of everything that we did today. And yep, wrap it up. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Really, really great experience. Thank you guys for watching and staying with me, especially those that are in the wee hours of the nights. Alrighty, and then here is our Hello Kitty. We're gonna go ahead and, again, seal around the edges first.
Okay. So you could put top gel on the 3D character. It's just you'd have to be make sure really sparingly, just almost take all the gel off the brush and then kind of shine it with whatever residue is left.
Yes, I would recommend to do so that you don't lose all your little details.
Or even get a smaller brush, you know, a really tiny one and dip. But definitely.
So again, I'm just kind of dabbing just to give it little highlights. And then where I polished with the gel polish, definitely want to cover that up so it's nice and sealed. But yeah, I'm just really lightly grazing it. It's not a lot of product on my brush.
Very cute.
Or you can leave it matte also.
Yeah.
You know, it really just depends on the look that you're trying to achieve.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so yeah, so here's that. So we have our little flower, we have our panda dog, and then coming out next is our Hello Kitty.
Aw.
So as you can see, these ones are more raised. You can definitely do it a lot more flatter. You can do them even small, like really just create all types of different looks with it. And everyone always asks, like, how do you get your inspiration, or how do you know? I always just kind of, you know, you can search like 3D nail art, like kawaii, like I really, you know, different styles, different regions, you know, of nail art and fantasy nail art even. Yeah, you can really get creative with these type of products. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed what we created for you today. Let us know what you guys think. Give us your feedback. We want to hear from you. And yeah, we really appreciate you guys tuning in.
Thank you,
Thank you
Julie.
guys. Thank you so much for having me. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, we'll catch you guys next time.
All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye.
Bye.